They can't stop me now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again. We're back here with the WTCC, the World Touring Car Challenge, the Crest Autosport World Touring Car Challenge. With me in the commentary booth this evening, once again after a 3-week break, will be Dean Biggles, and we are looking forward to bringing you all the action live from the circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps in the Ardennes. Biggles, it's going to be an amazing evening again.
It will be, and Belgians live, nearly all Belgians live in cities outside the countrysides. There's castles and it's a holiday retreat. 3 official languages here in Belgium: Dutch, French, and German. There's esports sim, track racer, 603 Autosports Apex tracks we'll talk a lot about during it, 3D wrap, digital motorsports, and GP box. There's your track, as you said, it's Belgium, it's Spa. And 7 kilometers of grueling pain on our feature race weekend.
We've just seen practice. We've had a little glance around the track. We did a track walk. We looked at last year's times, Biggles. Times around the 2 minutes 31 mark. So not too quick around this track here in the TCRs. Have to say though, but as you can see, it's 4.352 miles long, 7.004 kilometers. Of course, in race room, it costs £2.15. So if you want to get it, it's not that much. Of course, the format for this evening will be a 15-minute qualifying. We will have the endurance format with a 15-minute qualifying. Race 1 also 15 minutes, and then race 2 will be 15 minutes long. Looking forward, of course, to that, and these are the cars we will have this evening with us once again. Just like all the other weeks, it will be the Alfa Romeo Giulietta, the Audi RS3 LMS, Cupra Leon Competition, the Honda Civic, the Hyundai i30N, the Hyundai Elantra, the Lara Vesta, the Lynk & Co 03, the Opel Astra, of course, I think 1 or 2 only from those cars in the field, the Peugeot 308, the Renault Megane, and the Volkswagen Golf GTI. For the people who forgot last time out, this is how it ended over the whole evening back then. So these are the points over the whole evening. Of course, Alex Everitt, the best performer last time out, Biggles, on 86 points out of Ian Deeney on 81, together with Lee Horne, also on 81. Fraser Rostons together with James Lee on 77. Fabio Gil and Russ Butcher both on 75. Jeff Perkins on 70. Pedro Santos on 64. And Alex Ward on 63. That is your top 10 from last, or from 3 weeks ago. I have to get used to saying that, of course. 3 weeks ago it was when we, of course, were lost here. These are the team championships. Fiskars Motorsports on 399 are leading the way there. Then we have Next Gen Racing Green on 387. Crest Autosport with Apex Tracks on 350. In third, Next Gen Racing White on 346. In fourth. Fifth is Next Gen Racing Blue. So 3 Next Gen Racing teams in here, of course, Biggles, on 306. Crest Autosports with 603 Autosport on 238 points in sixth. Captains, I don't know how to pronounce that. I did my best.
Keep patience.
You got.
I would say yes.
Keep patience. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought so, but the A is missing, the first A. So, but hey, they're in 7 on 226, and Russaik Racing in 8 on 211 points. These are the championships at the moment. A good round last time out, Biggles, for our defending champion Alex Everitt, but he's not leading the championship at the moment. On 162 points, it is Lee Horne leading the way ahead of Fabio Gil on 160 points. So all to play for there at the top. Only 9 points behind Fabio Gil is our defending champion Alex Everitt. In third, Jeff Perkins on 139. In fourth, fifth, Jurgen Masby Peterson on 124. Neil Crave on 115. Alex Ward on 114. And Stephen the Gravedayer on 113. So all to play for there, I think. Biggles. 9th, Ian Deeney on 109 points. 10th, Robert Stoughton on 106. And 11th, Paul Hans on 104. I think we'll leave it there because we don't have too much time. Of course, if you want to look at all the others, you can always pause it. Let's go down to the track, Biggles. We're of course here at La Source, the first turn. Looking on now with Gabriel Lopez in the Audi. It's going to be an endurance evening today. What are you looking forward to? Of course, the last time we had an endurance evening, of course, was, I think, the first round at Imola.
You're right, absolutely. It is going to be. And of course, this is a grueling track. It's the longest track that they're ever going to have to adventure around this evening. So the endurance is going to be kicking in, and you're going to make your way, obviously, those fantastic overtakings down the Camel Straight and into La Combe. Will be very, very interesting. Of course, 3D Wrap is one of our massive sponsors. And of course, there's Apex. So don't forget to vote a little bit later on for your Apex Tracks driver of the day. And practice, my friend, Mr. I was going to call you Benjamin there for a second. It's Mr. Dan, the double D's with our casting, and that's you and me, my friend, Dean Biggles. And Dan, I always get your surname incorrectly, but you can pronounce that one for you if you like.
Pepels.
Pepels, yep.
It's the proper way of pronouncing it. I do see there's an E missing.
Typo. Exactly. It's
yes.
Fine. So that's it. Practice session and done and dusted. Qualifying is underway. Welcome along to Spa. And one of the classics tracks, of course, and recontinued in the Formula 1 calendar is at Holiday Retreat. Now, you've been here a couple of times before, haven't you, Dan?
Yes, I've been here, I think, 4 times now. I've been here, I think, for, well, if you count it in days, I've been here quite a long time. But if you count it in events, 2 times the 24 hours of Spa, where, of course, the first event, there were TCRs racing, of course, at Spa. I remember that as if it was yesterday, of course. Those TCRs up Eau Rouge in real life look mighty. And I think it's even flat for them, even though you get that understeer in the second part of Eau Rouge because it's uphill and all the weight is on the rear of the car. So the front tires do not bite as much. And of course, you're a front wheel driven car, so you kind of naturally understeer wide. As I think we've seen an arrow screen. I just broke something. I really just broke something there for a second, so my apologies. I tried to click on a track map there and didn't quite pan off too well on that one. My apologies. So we'll see if we can get everything back in just a minute-o. Sorry about that, everybody. I pushed it a little bit too far on that one. We'll be back. Technical issues, but don't go anywhere. We've still a little bit of qualifying to come up in just a minute and change or so. Well, we're back at the circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps in the Ardennes. Of course, Biggles having some difficulties and some technical issues on his side, of course. All resolved now. Luckily, it was a quick fix for Biggles. But we're looking at qualifying now, Biggles. Like I said, we're expecting qualifying times of around the 2-minute 30 mark.
Let's go on board with James Lee. It's about to start a flying lap, as you'd mentioned. Well, I mean, James Lee, of course, Lee Horne. I got the wrong Lees, but we'll go on board with James Lee at the moment and fly his way up through Rouge. Dan, you're on board, riding shotgun. Give us a hot lap guide.
Well, of course, up Eau Rouge now. It is flat, although you get understeer, of course, through Eau Rouge now. You have this long camel straight coming up for you. And, well, let's just say the thing that I don't like is that it takes so long. You have so much time to do anything else, but then into the chicanes we go. We brake quite late at the start of the curve. That's always my reference. In most of the cars, of course, it's a section where you want to carry speed through. It's a flowing section. If you're in the flow, you, of course, well, it feels quicker, and it usually is quicker. Now through the right-hander, of course, off camber, always some understeer there. Now into no name, of course. This is a difficult one. Don't get the off track, because if you do, of course, your lap will not count. A purple sector for James Lee. So at the moment, James Lee doing a tremendous job in his Volkswagen. And at the moment, through Puhan, of course, one of the most famous corners in motorsports. Not flat in these cars at all. A lot of understeer, of course, in that downhill section. Through the pit path we go, and this is a tricky section. That is a little bit too wide, I think, from James Lee. Touched the gravel on the outside. Now into Bruce Heltz, and is going to reset back to pit lane, sadly. I don't know if you can look with... There he is, Lee Horne, the other Lee of the two, is now coming down through to Blanchimont. Got that all fuffled up, but got it eventually. Through Blanchimont we go now. Of course, into the bus stop is going to be an important point of his lap. Where can he brake? When can he brake? When is he going to brake? Of course, this is an important section of the track. You don't want to lose time on the brakes here. And you don't want to lose time on the exit, getting on throttle. Of course, you do want to get on throttle as early as possible here. Of course, to try and maximize that exit. We come out of the bus stop, across the line. What is it going to be for Lee Horne? Across the line, 2 purple sectors in there. There we go with 231.8. 1.50.
You're right. I was just about to... Yep, you go ahead, Dan.
Alex Everitt immediately, Biggles, pips into the provisional pole position with a 231. I just cannot say times, it seems like, because now look at that. Fraser Ross is in the Cupra Leon. What a lap time that is, at 231.126. Almost 7/10 quicker, Biggles, than Alex Everitt in P2. Where have we seen that earlier this season? I don't think we've seen that anywhere. Such big of a gap. Of course, we are quite early on into qualifying.
Yeah, you're right. And we're gonna.
We do need to keep in mind, Biggles, is that you do not get as much laps as you normally would, because this is such a long track.
I know. I was about to say, because the information that wasn't coming up at the moment there on the leaderboard, I was like, did I break something at the moment? The telemetry? No, it's because it takes a couple of minutes. We've only had a few minutes. And Fabio Gil right there sneaks that Portuguese driver and sneaking his way up into P2, because that's crucial for the championship. We'll go back to a couple of the other drivers that are yet to set some times. We'll be setting some times, as Alex setting a time currently at the moment. Anastasius, he loved the Greek driver, mate. Pronounce his surname. He's going to make his way around the bus stop.
Anastasios Georgiadis. That's the best I can do. I think
you did that quite well, mate. P9
with it, and I think that's exactly how you pronounced it.
Yep.
I had a Greek guy in my class when I was at school, and well, I'm just gonna say his full name, and you're gonna be well thrown away by how it sounds. Demosthenis Tsakalakis.
It is lagging real bad at the moment currently, the stream, which is absolutely right. I'm seeing my little stream indicating that I'm not pulling the data that I should be pulling. And let's see if it can improve itself a little bit. I did have some technical issues today. I'm running on a generator for a little bit and back at it. If it does improve, that's good, but if I'm seeing these red and orange and all that sort of color flashing, I will have to stop the stream for a little bit, see if I can downshift, per se, the quality of the stream. So I make sure it is a smooth flowing, smooth operator, as Carlos would like to say. We have 7 minutes left of qualifying. And throwing the technical issues at me tooth and nail today, aren't they? I mean, it was a couple of races ago that we had after this break there, Dan, that I was like, not quite ill. And now I'm 100% healthy, and now something else is breaking. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Well, we will try to get this sorted.
Biggles, after a break, things usually go to bits, you know. Sadly, they have done today, but of course, Biggles is working overtime to get it fixed at the moment. Of course, hang with us here. Of course, Biggles doing his absolute best. But while we were looking at that, look at that. An even further improvement from Fraser Rostons. He has put in a lap time of 2:30.727. And, well, that's a second quicker than the man in P2, Pedro Santos.
Absolutely
I cannot
brilliant.
believe at the moment what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stop the stream for a second, but I'm just seeing the lagging too much, and I don't want to be bringing this sort of broadcast. So just bear with us for a second. We'll be back in a minute. We'll stop it, and we'll resume it. It should be all good.